everybody. Welcome back to my studio here. Well, it's about the late morning, and I've already had a meeting. I've done a yoga practice, but I just had a wild hair to come on down and do some Dao Yin. And in flipping through my book, To Be Like Water, the one that opened up was the frog shimmy. This practice is especially good to open up the shoulders and the hips. It's also really good to get circulation going into the limbs. So the head, the arms, the legs, fingers, toes. So I'm looking forward to it. As we always do with Dao Yin, start with a body scan lying down, and then we'll move into the practice. Now, normally, if you were doing this as part of a routine, you would have started most likely with bamboo twist, or maybe the lizard running across the water, or maybe a yoga practice. And then you come in to check in with a Dao Yin practice. So you've had a little warm up, and you're going to see why, because this one really requires some opening in the hips. A little green tea in my mouth. Okay, so come on down. And just come to rest on your back. Now, if you're doing this in the middle of the day instead of in the morning or in the evening, this might feel like a tremendous luxury to lie down, and it is such a gift. And we don't have to be here very long, but it's a wonderful gift. Make time for yourself. I saw somewhere, if you don't have time to be sick, have time for yourself. Make time for yourself. So here, as you come to rest, if it's okay with you to lengthen out your legs, that would be great for this scan. Many ways to do a scan. Since I'm feeling like I don't want to take a whole lot of time for this, I'm going to invite us to do a punctuated body scan. So just letting your attention come to rest wherever your body's calling it. You might notice a sensation in a particular place, or maybe something that you notice about yourself is kind of intriguing to you or surprising. Just let your attention go there. And take a few breaths into that space. Maybe you want to ask some clean questions. Whereabouts is that sensation exactly? And what's that sensation like? Or is there anything else about that sensation? And now just see if your attention gets called anywhere else. Your head, shoulders, torso, hips, legs, arms, hands, feet. Good, and we'll check in again at the end of our practice and just see how our practice affected us in the moment as we relate to the ground, to the earth. You can also tune in here to your breathing space. By that, I mean, as you breathe in and out, where do you feel the breath moving most clearly? Is it your chest or your ribs, your upper belly or your lower belly? And again, we'll see how the movement affects the breathing spaces. So we can roll the legs in and out. We can come to hug the knees in. Oh, that feels good. Little rock side to side if that's just right for you. And then we'll come to roll to a side. We're going to come on to the tummy. Now this one can be a little challenging on the hips. This is why you want to have done some warm up today, but you can start by just hiking up one of your knees about level with your belly button. Now I'm wearing, casual pants. I'm not in any yoga gear here. So my clothing might restrain my mobility, but the position is both knees bent. Did you have to tuck my pants up? So, I could have gotten this all set up for us like a class, but I just wanted to invite you that anytime you can come and play with these movements. You don't have to be all set up to do it. It can be spontaneous, and that's kind of the point. Just whenever you feel like you want to gift yourself the gift of movement, you can. You can come and place your forehead on your stacked hands. So I've got my elbows pointing out to the side, my right elbow to the right, left elbow to the left. And so my upper body is mimicking what's happening in my lower body here. And here we can just breathe naturally. We're going to make a crescent shape by taking an elbow toward a knee and a knee toward an elbow. And then we're going to go do the other side. And we're just going to alternate back and forth like this. I don't know what's happening with the microphone. I hope you can hear me clearly. You might find that your opposite leg wants to stretch out. So if you're making that crescent shape to the right, your left leg might naturally want to stretch out. You're breathing easily. Go as fast or as slow as you want. Opening up the hips and shoulders. And it's kind of like you're crawling. I call it the frog shimmy, but what are you like as you move knee to elbow, elbow to knee, making a crescent shape, side to side? And then you can come to pause and roll onto your back. Check in again. Where is your attention drawn now? So when we started, my attention was drawn to my low back, sacrum, and hips. Now, in addition to that place, I'm really quite aware of the space behind my heart, between my shoulder blades. These are also the two places for me that are very clearly resting on the ground. What about for you? What parts of you are really clearly resting on the ground right now? Those are probably the parts that worked the most to get you into that movement. Wherever your attention is drawn, once again, you can ask some clean questions. What's this experience or sensation like? And whereabouts exactly is this? Is it more on the left, the right, the center? Is it on the inside or the outside? And is there anything else about that sensation or whatever it is that's drawn my attention? And tune in with your breathing space. Maybe it's changed. Maybe it's in another place as well as where it was to begin with. Maybe it's the same. I know mine has dropped into my lower belly. And then you can wiggle into your fingers and toes once you feel satisfied with that investigation. Remember, this is helping us cultivate a relationship with ourselves, whether you are interested in Chinese medicine, if you're a patient, if you're a practitioner, it doesn't matter who you are or what you do, we all can benefit from getting to know ourselves better. That's the whole point of life, right? Who are you? Well, thank you for joining me for that. I am definitely feeling more energized, a little more alive, vibrant. And that was lovely to share with you. Until next time, be well.